That was another typical ACC blowout that you find when you have two competitive teams going at each other. It seems as though teams find a way to keep fighting back. I mean, they have an 8-point lead with 40 seconds to go in the game and have them hit 3 Hail Mary threes. It's the life in the ACC. But I was really proud of our youngsters. I thought that we came out the first half, especially Ryan Reed. He set the tone for us. He had 5 offensive rebounds. We challenged him to go to the offensive boards. That was in the first half, and I thought he did a great job there. I thought our defensive intensity and effort, our rebounding focus was very good. We took charges, dove on the floor after loose balls, and they mixed their defenses up. I thought our youngsters executed very well, with the exception in the period of the second half. I thought that we threw the ball inside and put the ball on the floor and lost possession of it, and they made us pay each time. We were able to extend the lead back again. We hit our free throws, but they kept fighting back. They're a good basketball team, and I'm sure they're going to win their share of the games. One thing that's interesting about the ACC, every night there's drama. You never really know what's going to happen when two competitive teams get together. But I was very proud of our youngsters. Chris was only 1 for 9 from the floor, but he had 5 blocks and 3 steals and 8 rebounds and critical rebounds and blocks during critical parts of the game. Each guy, I thought, to win the game contributed. Xavier hit a big shot for us. Luke hit a big 3 during the critical part of the game. Derwin got a big rebound that we had to have. I think that when you have that many guys making plays that during critical parts of the game, it says a lot about the maturity, or at least the direction of the maturity. I think they're growing up a little bit. We're still a young team. The bye week that we have comes at a very welcome time. It's going to give us a chance to spend a little more time working on our fundamentals. Hopefully we can work on some of the things, the areas of our game that we think we need to improve on. We hit our free throws down the stretch, which a few games ago we were not hitting our free throws. That just shows they're working hard in practice and concentrating a lot better. Any questions?
What did you guys do to get the focus back on defense?
I think that part of developing a consistent winning team is obviously it's the physical and the execution and the implementation of systems. But there's a lot of growth that has to take place from a maturity standpoint. Learning how to handle success, learning how to be the hunter, the hunted, learning to know how to keep your emotions at that feverish pitch that it takes to compete night in, night out. And some of our guys, I think, are still growing in those areas. And on each ACC team, you would have 1 or 2 guys that are capable of having great nights. And that's what happened to us. We went up to Maryland, and I thought they had their 2 experienced guys really played well. And obviously, I thought we did a good defensive job on most of the players against North Carolina State, but we had a youngster who had a career night. And but if you don't play defense for 40 minutes, if you take possessions off, that's what happened. And I think our guys learned from the films. They responded very well in practice, and showed that we're growing up and maturing a little.
Did you guys run that play to get snared the ball to get those free throws?
You mean
I'm talking about no, with 3 seconds left, when you had a 3-point lead and he ran down to get the ball.
Well, we changed our formation. We have 3 or 4 different things we do in those situations, and obviously we all are scouted very well. So we cross cut and just sent guys in different directions, knowing that they were going to have to foul us.
And he seemed like he wanted the ball.
Yeah, and he knocked down his free throws. He's growing. He's mature, growing up. I thought that he played with a lot of maturity today. I thought his body language, his focus, he was intense. I don't think he took any possessions off. And, I didn't think any of our players did. And that's what you like to see as a coach, the bounce back game. And so we needed this. We were at the same point last year with 2-2, and hopefully now with the bye week we can kind of work on some things. And we know we're going to be playing against a very hungry Georgia Tech team that's coming in off a big time victory at Carolina.
Leonard, why is this such a good matchup for you guys?
Excuse me?
Why is this series seem to be such a good matchup for you guys? What is it about the?
Well, I'm not really sure it's any more of a good matchup than all the rest of the teams we play in the ACC. I mean, all of them, for whatever reason, are nail biters. You know what I mean? Virginia Tech's a good basketball team. They have talent. They're well coached and well prepared. But I can say that about 11 other teams. That's just the nature of the quality of our league. And I say that and I emphasize that because there's been a long time when you had one or two teams dominating the ACC, and we got a lot of recognition for being a great league. But I also think that now that we are all scratching and clawing against each other, and from 1 through 9 or 10, anyone's capable of winning on any given night. I think that makes it even better than having two teams dominate. Now you have games that are in doubt, regardless of whether you're playing the #1 team or the team that's in the 11th or 12th place. And I think that anytime you have two ACC teams lock up, you're going to have a very competitive game. Occasionally you might have some extended leads, but for the most part, they're nail biters.
Do you guys feel like your backs are against the wall entering this game? A little bit.
Well, I don't think your back could be against the wall in the third, fourth game of the year.
Right.
I mean, I think this is. I guess what I'm saying is you have to accept the fact this is kind of a new day. It's a new ACC. It's not the one where you got one or two teams dominate, and the fans probably need to understand that and appreciate the fact that every night ACC teams show up. You're going to see quality games, quality teams that are well prepared.
Is it almost going to be the team that brings it every night?
Excuse me?
Is it almost going to end up being the team that brings it every night?
Well, that's part of the growth that we have to make. We have to come with this type of effort. We held them to 34% field goal percentage, and we won by 5. And you can't get much better than holding a team to 34% field goal percentage, and we had to fight for our life to win it. I mean, that just tells you that's a tremendous defensive effort in anybody's book. But in the game line, they were throwing in jump shots in the parking lot and playing like most ACC teams would play.
What about your defense help you hold them at 34%?
Excuse me?
What about your defense help you?
Well, we up till we were the #1 field goal percentage defensive team in the country, so we've been holding everybody to that point. We just have not been executing and as sound as we like to, as we should, as we want to be on the offensive end. But I think that we are getting better, and I think today we showed that.
Talk about Davis on Delaney. I mean, Delaney saw 23, but he really had to work for him.
I thought Davis did as good a job defending Delaney as well as Michael, because we played both of them on. As he can be defending, he still got 23 points. That just tells you what kind of player he is.
But, I mean, Davis made him work, too, right?
Yeah, I mean, he worked for his shots. But my whole point is that's the life in the ACC.
Right.
Every night, there will be another Delaney that you have to go up against at this level.